The gospel this morning is taken from the first chapter of St. Luke, beginning with the verse 26. The angel Gabriel was sent from God unto a city of Galilee named Nazareth, to a virgin, espoused to a man whose name was Joseph, of the house of David, and the virgin's name was Mary. And the angel came in unto her, and said, Hail, thou that art highly favored, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women. And when she saw him, she was troubled at his saying, and cast in her mind what manner of salutation this should be. And the angel said unto her, Fear not, Mary, for thou hast found favor with God. And behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb, and bring forth a son, and shalt call his name Jesus. He shall be great, and shall be called the Son of the Highest. Glory unto God, glory unto the Christ, glory unto the Holy Spirit. Receive this word. So we're preparing for Christmas, and a few days before that, 3 days exactly before that, the winter solstice. And we have, our classes are all leading to that and are helping to prepare for that. And the Sunday services and the sermons are as well. And so we want to see what we can do to prepare ourselves so that the actual experience of the birth of the Christ in us in this cycle is not missed, that it doesn't just blow by and we go, what happened? Okay. It's either real or it's not real. And if it's not real, we're all wasting our time. And if it is real, it behooves us to do everything that we can to align ourselves with the cosmic forces in play so that we are channeling that reality into this world. Again, as the Bodhisattva vow would say, we seek enlightenment not for our own sakes, but for the liberation of all sentient beings. Okay, that's the dominant theme here. Okay, so how do we prepare? Well, first of all, we know that the gospel that I just read kind of gives us a key, right? Here's this announcement taking place from a being on the other side, the invisible side of creation, an archangel, whatever that means to you at this point. It's an archangel announcing to this woman, this young woman, that she is going to conceive and that this great thing is going to happen. And she's a little confused by it and doesn't know what to say other than finally, be it unto me according to thy word. Like, I don't get it, I don't know how this is going to happen, but I surrender to that process, I submit to it. Okay. And we're talking now about a process that takes place interiorly. Everything that we hear in the Bible and all the stories and all the sequence of events happens interiorly. Okay. They may or may not have happened historically. That's for each one of us to get in touch with and decide. I don't know. It really doesn't matter, because the impact of it, the map that is left for us to follow as followers of the way is found in the story itself. Okay. There's something that happens in us that requires us to say at a very deep and pristine level, be it unto me according to thy word. Okay. So we're talking about the divine feminine. And there's a lot to say about the divine feminine. First of all, what the heck is it? Right? We're hearing more and more people putting that term out there, and it's part of the common lexicon of spiritual concepts that are out there, and everybody has their own idea, I think, about what that may mean. But when we get right down to it, it's kind of loosey-goosey. We're not sure exactly what that means, and so it takes a little bit of research, and that research can only happen when we are deep in meditation and as quiet as we can possibly get. Okay. But what I did is also looked up various names of Hindu goddesses. Okay. And there's a lot of them, right, as we may know. I just thought I'd read a few of them, because it gives a sense of aspects of this divine feminine. Okay. Aditi, first mother, goddess of space, infinity, timelessness, a protective goddess who helps you overcome obstacles. Amavarua, the goddess who laid the egg from which Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu hatched. She existed before time began. Kali, dark mother and goddess of death and destruction. She represents our worst fears and the freedom that we gain when we conquer them. Lakshmi, Hindu goddess of abundance, of spiritual and material wealth. She is also the goddess of light, celebrated at Diwali. Maya, the goddess of illusion through which the material world manifests. She keeps us occupied so we do not see the deeper spiritual truths. We get an idea. There's pages of this stuff. One of my favorite manifestations of the divine feminine is Tara. Tara is a Buddhist goddess or deity that has her roots in Hindu lore. Okay. The chant that goes along with worshiping her or aligning yourself with that aspect which she embodies is Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. Okay. Which means, Om and salutations, may the mother of all guide me, may the supreme goddess protect me, and open my eyes to the light. Tara, the goddess of compassion, the universal mother, born from a tear shed by Avalokiteshvara, as he looked upon the suffering of the world. Healing can only happen through love and compassion. Tara, you are the embodiment of this great love. Seen through your eyes, our ills and discomfort are nothing more than great songs of awakening. And that chant goes, Om Tare Tu Re Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Swaha. If you join me in that. Om Tare Tu Re Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Swaha. There's a healer down in Brazil called John of God. Interesting person. He has an ode to the mother. I thought was just beautiful. Beloved Mother, what radiant being is covered by your divine veil? O Mother, owner of my heart and my destiny, Mother, protect my path, inspire my steps, involve me entirely with thy grace, light, and love. Eternal Mother, owner of my being, bless my present day and all the days that I may have on earth. Heal my wounds through the unspoken language of grace. Beloved Mother, dearest one, shine thy light on my path, so I see, even with eyes closed, where to go. Fill my heart with an unsurpassing devotion to those who know you. May the silence of peace and the perfume of your divine fragrance fill my deepest being, refreshing my soul today and forever. Also on the page with the chants, I included the words for those of us that may not know the first part of the Hail Mary. This is a chant, and the reason I put it in there in the place that it is so that we could get a sense first of the rhythm and cadence of chanting, right? And then bring that aspect into this, with the foreknowledge of what it is that we're doing, not just the sounds that we're generating, which are very important, but the consciousness behind it as well. We're invoking a presence and aligning ourselves vibrationally with that presence so that we become an extension of that and it flows through us. If you join me in that, we'll go through that 3 times. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Okay. So the Divine Feminine is now kind of being understood as the mother, as the creator and sustainer of life and form, the destroyer of that which is untrue and unreal. Right? All of the highest attributes of motherhood that we ascribe to this ideal, we find in the Divine Feminine. Mary, in the Bible, is referred to in 2 different ways. The maiden Mary, the Virgin Mary, and the Mother Mary. 2 distinct aspects of the Divine Feminine. The Archangel Gabriel came to the Virgin Mary, right? Obviously, she's not the mother yet. What is that in us? Right? What in us does the Virgin represent? There is a place within us that is behind all thought, between every thought, between every breath, we can discover this place, which is quiet and life-filled with potential. That is no thing. And in classes, we've talked about practicing the single breath of remembrance. That we can, at any given time, take a single breath, and in that moment, we're reconnected with everything that is of the highest reality of our being. It's not a long, drawn-out process. We don't have to wrestle with our mind control, and we don't have to wrestle with concentration, and we don't have to wrestle with techniques and practices and standing on one foot and whatever it is. We just need to accept that presence that exists in that single breath. And that's really what I'm talking about here, is this between state that exists between breath and the next breath. The between state that exists between a thought and the next thought. In so many ways, I've come to cherish my noisy mind, because I know when I'm getting quiet and I'm sitting there becoming aware of the thoughts that are bombarding me, that I can slow it down to the point where I find the space between them. And that space between them has always been there. It's never gone away. I've just clouded it over with the ripples of thinking, whether it's my own thoughts or the thoughts of others that I've allowed in. That's the virgin. Never touched by the ripples of thinking. Never touched by the hand of matter. It's that part of us which has never incarnated, which stands apart, the eternal observer, the seer. So we get quiet and we open ourselves to that presence which is in us now. When we're saturated in it, when we're bathing in it, basking in it, steeped in that quiet, throbbing presence, we accept the impregnating impulse of the Christ being at a level that is deeper in our subconscious than we have ever allowed it before. And we lovingly invite all of the things, the denizens of the deep that exist in the subconscious that keep us from realizing that birth, that impregnation. It is with that expectation then that we move towards solstice. The darkest day, the darkest, longest night. The 3 days where the sun stands still. And then begins its return path as the light is reborn in the world. And we then are able to allow ourselves to be aligned with the forces of life and nature that are here to assist us in this process of following the eternal path.